and here we are again for another mini tutorial, and this time it is for this block with the cables. So it looks more intimidating than what it really is. Once you get the hang of it, you will absolutely love cable knitting. It is so fun and so addictive, and for me personally, the more complicated the better, because then it means that when you are knitting something, every row is different, and it means it keeps you thinking rather than just doing some mindless knitting, which, to be honest, when I do that, it's okay, but I get so bored so easily. And with cables, I never get bored because every single row is different. And I like a challenge, I like to keep thinking. So, this block here, I think is block number 16, isn't it? So, the cables. It is worked over 8-row repeat. Let's zoom in now. Zoom. Yeah. This is worked over 8-row repeat. I've already achieved 4. I've done the 8-row repeat times 4, and it's so easy to check that out because you just count the cables. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, I've done 4, and I'm ready to start on the 5th repeat. Actually, I've already started on repeat number 6 because I've done the first 3 rows, and now I am ready to do row 4. And row 4 is where we are going to concern ourselves with the cabling. And this is the row that I will be showing you how to do. Now I've done the 8-row repeat 4 times, and I will do it another 2 times, and by then hopefully my square or block will measure roughly around 9.5 inches. If you think that 5 repeat is enough, then you stop at the 5. But I suspect that you are, since your tension is very similar to mine, you might need to do 6 repeat of the 8-row repeat. Possibly 9, I'm not too sure. You'll have to let me know. But I feel very confident that I only need 6 repeats of the 8-row repeat. So when I will show you how to do the cabling, the first 2 cables, I will do the whole row with you. First of all, I think it's important that you need to be able to visualize, and so I will show you that row just the once, so feel free to keep rewinding if you need to. Okay, so the first 2 cables, I will show you the method that they are giving you in the booklet, but personally I don't think this is really friendly, beginner friendly, so I'm going to show you my method as well in these last 3 cables. I would be very interested to hear which method you find easier and which one you will follow. You know, because we all have different methods that suit each and every one of us. So I'm very curious to see which one you will find easier. So I'm going to pause, and when I come back, I will be ready to start on the row number 4 of our 8-row repeat. So I will start from the beginning and until the end. Okay? And I feel I need to remind you that you will need a cable needle. This is essential. You definitely need one of those. Okay, so time to pause, and I will be right back. And we are back to start row 4. Yes, we are. Okay, so yesterday I sent you a picture of how my block was looking, but my work was on actual straight needles. But for this tutorial, I think it is a lot easier to knit with some circular needles because the straight needles are way too big and they would just make a lot of noise on the table, which would be really irritating. So now that we've explained that, let's begin row 4. So let's put all the stitches here. Row 4. So, oh yeah, I have to remind you very quickly, the first 2 cables will be the method that is given in the booklet, and the next 3 will be my method. Okay, so let's call this booklet method for the first 2. Let's start. Row 4, you need to knit the first stitch. It's the edge stitch. And I think they want to make like a garter stitch, border here, so it's easier for when you are going to sew all your pieces together. See? It's much straighter that way. So, knit 1. Maybe this is too close, huh? Okay, here. Knit 1, and then you're going to purl 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we need to start the repeat of what's in the brackets. So we're going to start with a purl 2. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to start with the first cable. So put your yarn there because we're going to knit. You grab your cable needle and you're going to slip the first 3 stitches onto the cable needle, just as if you're going to purl. Just like so. I think this is not close enough. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Once you've got your stitches on the cable needle, you're going to put that to the back of the work. Try and hold the needle if you can, because you wouldn't want the stitches to slide off somehow, okay? And you definitely don't want to lose them stitches. So try and hold that in your hand if you can. If not, here is a nifty little tip. When you hold your work, stab the needle into your work here, like so. That will secure this needle and nothing will go anywhere. I hope you understand this. Now that your cable needle is at the back, so I'll do that again. You slipped your 3 stitches onto cable needle. Now you need to put this to the back. There we are. So now you're going to knit the next 3 stitches. So let's knit these 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And now you're going to grab your cable needle, leave those stitches here, grab this cable needle, and you're going to put your stitches to the beginning of this row, and you're going to knit these 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to put your cable needle down. Mine is traveling all over the place, so I'm not too sure where I can put that without it going down. Okay. Next, you're going to purl 2 stitches. 1 and 2. So the first repeat of what's in the bracket is now done, and this is how it looks. You see, here is the cable. Let's get rid of this. This is how it looks. You see, it's crossing over just like so. So let's do this one more time. What's in the bracket? Oh, and by the way, in between cables you will always have 4 purl stitches. Okay, so now we're going to do repeat number 2, still using the booklet method. We're going to purl 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and now you're going to grab your cable needle, slip the first 3 stitches onto it, 1, 2, 3, and put this right at the back of your work. I'm going to stop my work. Boom! It's not going to cry, it's not going to do anything, it's fine, and all the stitches will be nice and secure. It doesn't say that in the booklet, by the way, but I think it does help so you don't lose your stitches. So now we've done that, you're going to knit the next 3 stitches on from the actual knitting needle. 1, 2, and 3. And now that you've done that, you're going to grab this needle here, the cable needle, put all the stitches to the beginning of the needle, right like so, and knit these 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to purl the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. So let's review this work in progress, and this is what it looks like. So this is the booklet version. There we are. It is the same work as what my method is, but now I'm going to show you something slightly different, which I think is easier and a little bit of time saving. So I am really curious to see what method you will find easier and which one you will use. Okay, so I will pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I'm going to show you the method that I personally use when I work with this kind of cables where you need to put the cable needle either at the front or at the back. But I think it is quite important to find easier and time-saving methods, don't you? So let's, without further ado, get a start. So we've done 2 repeats out of the 5 repeats. So we've got 3 more to do, and we will use my method. Okay, so now that we've done that, we need to start again what's in the brackets. So I'm trying to grab the yarn. Okay, so we're going to purl 2. So 1 and 2. And we are ready to start on the cable. So just like previously, we are going to slip the first 3 stitches onto cable needle. That will never change. This always has to be done that way. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put this right at the back of the work. Again, I think I will stop my work so I don't lose any of the stitches from the cable needle. Right there. Just like so. So now we've done that, and this is completely optional. You could just have it like so at the back of your work, but make sure you're holding this because you don't want to lose any stitches. You see here my cable needle, I want to show you, is slightly looser on the stitches. You see the stitches are dancing around and I'm really nervous to lose my stitches. So if that is happening to you, I would hold that in your hand so you don't lose any of the stitches, because otherwise the needle will slide off and the stitches will be lost. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to knit the next 3 stitches, just like we did previously. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to do something slightly different. So with our needle here, I want to show this as clearly as I can. With our cable needle, instead of knitting from here, instead of sliding the stitches here and knitting, we are going to slide the stitches onto that side, and in effect we're going to place these stitches. Let's see if I can show you better. We're going to slide these stitches back onto that needle. Okay, so I will do that, don't worry, I will do that 3 times with you. So the cable needle is at the back, and you want to make sure that you grab this needle, slide the stitches onto the left, like so, and now you're going to slip these stitches onto this needle. 1, 2, 3. There we are. That is done. So now what you're going to do is you're going to knit the next 3 stitches from this knitting needle. And I like to use this method better because I feel that the stitches are more secure as well. Because when you are knitting from the cable needle, sometimes you feel like you're going to lose the next stitches that are on the knitting needle, if that makes sense. So that is why I always prefer to slide the stitches back onto the needle before knitting them. So now we've done that, we're going to knit the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and purl the next 2. 1 and 2. So let's take a look. There we are. It's just the same as the others, you see? But I find that method a little bit easier and a little bit, more time saving. So let's do that another time. So we're going to repeat what's in the bracket once again. So you're going to purl 2, 1 and 2. Now you're going to grab your cable needle and slip the next 3 stitches onto it. So 1, 2, 3. And you're going to put the cable needle at the back of your work, just like so. Either hold or, stop your work with it, secure your stitches. So now you're going to knit the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And now you've done that, you're going to grab this needle and you're going to slide the stitches to the left and slide those stitches back onto the knitting needle, just like so. 1, 2, 3. And you're ready to knit these 3 stitches right here. So 1, 2, 3, and purl the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And we're going to do that one last time. You see, we're nearly finished with the row number 4. So what's in the bracket is you're going to purl 2, 1, 2, grab your cable needle and slip the next 3 stitches onto it. 1, 2, 3. You're going to put that at the back of your work. As always, I'm going to stop my work. There we are. Now you're going to knit the next 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3. Once you've done that, you're going to grab your cable needle and you're going to slide those stitches to the left and slide the stitches back onto your knitting needle on the left. 1, 2, 3. And we are now ready to work on these last 3 knit stitches. So knit the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and purl the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. We now have 4 stitches left on this needle. So you are going to purl 3, 1, 2, 3, and knit the last stitch, which is the edge stitch. And we are now finished with row number 4. So let us zoom out a little bit. Here we are. A little bit more. Yeah, okay. Row number 4 is complete. And this is what our work looks like, you see? I've done 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that was row number 4 out of 8. So once you've done your piece and it is about 9.5 inches long, you'll have to come back and make sure that you are done with your 8-row repeat, and then you are ready to bind off all your stitches, and that's it. This is the cable. So I hope that my instructions were easy enough and clear, because I'm always worried about that side, because sometimes my words just get muddled up and I know exactly how to explain, you know, everything. But when I'm behind the camera, my words are just going elsewhere. I don't know where, but I seem to lose the ability to have all the words coming out as they should. So, so here we are. This is the cable block. Truly hope that this was easy and helpful for you to follow. So the first 2 were the instructions from the booklet, and the next 3 were mine. I am honestly really, I can't wait to see which method you find easier and which method you will use. Okay, so I'm going to stop now. I'm going to put all the videos together as a tutorial, and I will upload for you. Okay, so there we are. Happy cabling knitting, and please let me know what you think of the methods. Was it easy enough to follow? And show me your work in progress. Talk soon.